Pro-Palestine protesters blocked traffic outside the entrance to the airport. That demonstration leading to more than 30 arrests. Fox 11's Christy Fajardo live with new details. Christy.
Yeah, Christine, the LAPD says there were about 70 protesters and they arrested about 35 of them. They say at one point they tried to get into the airport but were stopped, and so instead they blocked traffic leading into LAX. And I can tell you that we talked to travelers who had no idea what was going on. In fact, they thought the delays were due to construction.
You think the Palestinian children being bombed are inconvenienced?
Protesters made no apologies as almost 36 were led away in handcuffs. The LAPD says demonstrators carrying signs reading "Free Palestine" blocked the intersection at Century and Sepulveda with makeshift barricades of debris, trash cans, and tree branches. This is what it looked like from Skyfox. That's when police say things turned violent.
When they heard that the unlawful assembly was declared, some started to leave the area and others became aggressive with the police officers. One police officer was thrown to the ground by a protester, so police squads came in to make arrests.
The LAPD says protesters also clashed with the arresting officers and at one point tried to get into the Sheraton and were stopped by officers and security, but managed to scrawl "Ceasefire now" on a hotel sign before retreating. This was the scene from Skyfox as they ran through the streets. And although crews closed lanes to clear debris for well over an hour, at LAX, most travelers say they made it to the airport without any problems and were unaware of what had happened.
I think my grandma told us something about it, that it was on the news.
Travelers were also unaware of why they were protesting and have mixed reactions to their methods.
Hold up signs, do something to make it vocal and not destructive, if that makes sense.
The good thing about being an American is you can, say what you feel and protest about anything that you want to protest about. So that's our God-given right.
But scenes like this one at LAX are becoming more common. Protesters calling for a ceasefire in Gaza also blocked traffic into the airport on December 15th. And activists know the airport's international fame means disruptions make headlines.
We monitor these folks' social media. We watch and learn and listen to where they want to protest. And it can be a delicate balance, right? Because as an organization, we will always facilitate, support, and assist their First Amendment expression. We want them to express their ideas in a safe way.
Pro-Palestinian protesters also blocked an entrance to JFK in New York today, and there was a similar protest at Chicago O'Hare over the weekend. At this point, the LAPD does not know if the groups are working together or if there's any connection. As for the 35 protesters who were arrested here today, the LAPD says they could face charges of rioting, and some could also face additional charges of assaulting a peace officer. Live at LAX, Christy Fajardo, Fox 11 News.